Hey guys, this is going to be Final Fantasy 14 Realm Reborn, and I'm going to go through all the expansions. I'll let you guys hear this first, and then I'll explain what I'm going to do.
Here, feel.
There's going to be more voice acting here, so once all the voice acting is done, I'll explain a little bit about, well, I can do it a little bit right now. Okay. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to play through the main story, mainly the main story. I might do a little bit of side stuff, but only a certain side quest will I do. And that's going to be the Hillebrand side quest. The other side quest I will do when it's needed to continue on with main story. On that, I'm not going to bother doing them. So I just want to get the main story and show you guys the main story of the game, so that way you guys can maybe one day join up on the game yourself if you feel like playing yourself. But for now, there's going to be a lot of reading involved, but there's also voice cutscenes too. And the very first one, Realm Reborn, it has its really highs and its really lows in the storyline. And when I talk about really lows, the story could get a little boring, but it's worth still going through, because it is a good story. But when the story gets to its highs, whoo, is it high, and it is good. But anyway, here we go. Oi, you alright, lass? You're moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Rolling of the ship got your stomach churning, has it? I chose a tank for this, so that way the queues for dungeons won't be as slow, because I'd rather queue up with real people versus queuing up with NPCs. Because NPCs are slow, while real groups are pretty dang fast. But anyway, Don't seem like seasickness, now that I look at you. It'll be the ether, I reckon. Some are more sensitive to stuff than others. The others see, and we ain't too far from Hillebrand now, which is chock full of aetherlights. No need to fret, though. You'll soon get used to it. Might as well be the blooming seasickness. Ship's leaping around like a demented chocobo today. I reckon I might head on deck. Get myself a breath of fresh air. Limsum Limits isn't far away, in case you're wondering. Seeing as you're awake and all, how about you keep me company till we get there? Them young'uns don't care much for conversation, you see. We'll get to know those two pretty well. Anyway, Brennan... Oh, and remember this guy for the end of A Realm Reborn. That's all I can say. That's all I'm going to say. Any road, Brennan's the name, and Pedalin's betrayed. Summertime, so I'll probably do a lot of coughing because of allergic to pollen and pollen season is starting to rise up big time. I'll try to mute it when I got a cough coming or something like that, but I can't always know exactly when a cough's going to come. It just comes sometimes. Ah, smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lass, judging by your unusual garments, I say you're one of them new adventures. Am I one? I knew it. Going where the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now, that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What was it first attracted you to it? Mainly for glory, power. I don't want glory. For power, takes aren't really all that powerful. They're more of take damage, not deal damage. I could be here for making a lot of money, but I really don't want that, so none of those. Well, if you ain't inclined to tell, I ain't about to pry. Might be old Brennan's a chatterbox, but he sure as hells ain't a nobody. Ain't a busybody, sorry. Well, we all have a secret or three, don't we? Me, dozens. And I'd rather they stay secret, too. Which is why I ain't go stick me nose where it ain't welcome. Just remember, though, there's more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Ships off the starboard bow, pirate colors. Pirates, bloody hells. Have you no sense? Get down, get below. What is the world coming to? Pirates firing on a ship, flying Limosian colors? Bastards either have a boatload of balls or a bugger all for brains. You can rest easy, friends. We made it out of cannon range, and no buccaneer's bark will catch this flighty tempest once the wind's in her sails. Well, that was bleeding close. Glad one of us kept her head on her shoulders. I reckon I lost mine otherwise. If them pirates give up the chase, we might be close to port. Let's head on deck and have us a look, shall we? By the by, is this your first trip to Limsa? No, it's not, but for story's sake, I'll say yes. It is. Well then, let this journey iterant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. Limsa prides herself on being Erosia's foremost naval power. Were too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's Sibyllin influence, the city-states could almost pass for a respectable nation. You never guessed that she was once a rum-swilling buccaneer herself. Most folk ain't quick to change, and the town's full of liberty-loving ruffians. You can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with. Like them pirates who took the fancy in us just now. And if it weren't bad enough, I heard the Sahagin were raiding the coast as just as bold as you please. Them the sea-dwelling beastmen the locals call fishbacks, in case you didn't know. At long last, lend ho. Behold, Limsa Limitsa, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and beloved by Limlin, goddess of navigation. I will be doing class quests, of course. That's a given. Do those class quests or you don't get special abilities or good gear.
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner of the realm, amidst the roiling waves of the Lotano Sea, lies the maritime city-state of Limsa Lominsa. To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer. Lone yet not alone, for the hero's arrival has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Lim Lane. What realm-shaking fate has she descried in the churning waters of this mortal's future?
And here's where we part ways, lass. I'm off to main Marcus to deliver me wares. Then it's off to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this. It's a way of thanks of saving me arse earlier. I was going to say keep me company. Sorry about that. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag to having met, and I'll consider us square.
Through peril and hardship, discovery and triumph, may the navigator guide this brave soul on her life's voyage. Till sea swallows all.
It'll take us a little while to get through A Realm Reborn, and then we'll move on to the next expansion, which will be Heaven's Ward. I'll be doing just the main story. It's, like I said, just basically main story and Hillebrand side quests, and of course class quests. But when I get to Heaven's Ward, there's could be some more stuff I'll be doing. I'll explain that when I get there. I will be unlocking certain side quests, like extra dungeons. I will unlock like sightseeing logs and a few other things like that. Hey, you there. I mean you. This is my district, and I make it my business to know all the scum that washes up to it. An adventure fresh off the boat. Is it? Well then. Allow me one of Limsa Limit's finest to set you the right path. Hop to it, lass. I haven't got all day. Okay, here I go to adjust the music controller. So I'm playing on PlayStation 5. Now I'm going to adjust my stuff. So Okay, there we go. Now. Coming to Limsa. Now then, I'm sure you're itching to explore, but new adventures are required to register their presence in the city without a bid to local knowledge. You're like to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alleyway. So, before you do anything else, get yourself to the Drowning Winch and enroll in the Adventurers Guild. Some of the talk in Limsa is a little difficult for me. It is not far. Just head straight down the street and speak with Grandfar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call Crow's Lift, and it'll take you up to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Batteren. He's the proprietor of the winch. He might curse like an ill-sodden sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that? Good. Now run along and may the navigator guide you on your journey. Nah, can't go get Aetherlight there. Game won't let me. Should say storyline won't let me. Welcome to Limsa. If you have a mind to visit the Drowning Winch, Crow's Lift will take you there. Greetings, CLS. Let me get a drink real quick. Yummy hot coffee. Will it be? But you ain't for the drink, are ya? Hey, I just had a drink. So be quiet there, Batteren. You've come with the mind to your and at venturing, I reckon. This guy's hard to read. I reckon you'll find no shortage of work here in Limsa. The name's Batteren, and this most hospitable of hoisteries is the Drowning Winch. Tis also the home of the Adventurers Guild in Limsa. That's why we've got a desk, and especially for handling guild business. And why I seem to spend more time saving the necks of whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of me regulars. Venturers have a knack for finding trouble, see? Not that they need it in these parts, on account of there being trouble wherever you look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, there's always the Garland Empire to finish the job. No one knows what they're planning, of course. But if they're planning anything, you can be sure it's to kill the lot of us. Aye. This town's peaceful at glance, but look again, and you'll see the people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who could blame them after everything that's happened? Erosia took a mighty blow during the calamity, but our homes weren't the only things what got wiped off the face of existence by that thrice damned bastard of a dragon. It took our bleeding memories too, and no one's been able to explain it in a way that makes an ounce of sense. None of folks who saw it and lived to tell the tale to agree on how the tale actually goes. Just all foggy, like recollections and from a hard night on the L. Yep, you can imagine why people might fear the future if they can't rightly recall the past. But there's one thing we all remember, and that's a group of adventurers who laid down their lives to drag Erosia back from the brink when she was bound for the abyss. Well, you say you remember. Truth is, though, we ain't forgotten what they did for us. This goddamn calamity spawned memory loss robbed us of their names. It won't even let us picture their damn faces. Just like staring into a gull flying in front of the sun. All you see in your mind's eye is a shadow set against the blinding glare. And that's how every bugger describes it. By the way, give or take the odd gall. It's this that got people calling those heroes the Warriors of Light. If Limits is ever going to put this time of darkness behind it, it's going to need adventurers to help banish the fear. It's going to need new heroes like the ones we lost. Maybe one day you'll be one of them. Oh, I will be. And that's why any aid we could give to adventurers, adventure is effort well spent. What do you say, lass? Willing to lend us your strength? Me, thanks to you and the navigator and all. I knew she'd steer you my way for a reason. But listen to me yattering on like a sun-touched fishwife. 'Tis high time we got your mark in me book. Put your scroll right there. Hawkeye Silvertongue, is it? A fine name indeed. A fine name it is. Congratulations. You're now an upstanding member of the Adventurers Guild. Ah, there, Adventure. You sailed in on the last ferry, did you? Well, did you not? Come on, game. Or I should say controller. The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your description went on deck mere moments before the incident took place. Sending your friend signals, were you? Now, hold on there. Hold on just a moment there, officer. You've got the wrong lass. This fine upstanding young lady is me dear departed grandma's sister's niece's cousin's closest companion. The last wouldn't be caught dead fraternizing with such unsavory elements. I'm the what? Dude, I just met you, and you're already claiming me as family? What the hell? Is that right? You are surely aware of the recent kidnappings. Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusty about outsiders at a time when loyalties, even our closest friends, is in doubt. Aye, make good point there, officer. Very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry, though. I keep one eye open at all times, and two more often than not. Now, sir, what do you say to take care of me finest ill before you return to your duties, eh? Not the watered-down cup of piss like last time, I should hope. Ain't got the faintest idea what you're on about, officer, but which might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the strait of Methor, but that don't mean we won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there just crying out to be sat on. So kick off them heavy boots, eh? You'll have to excuse the eager, bloody yellow jackets. There's been a spate of kidnappings, see, and they ain't got a clue who's behind them. Naturally, they've taken to clapping irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious. That means adventurers, visitors, and pretty much every bugger else in this town. Don't take it personal, though. Us Lamentians can be a headstrong bunch of bastards, it's true. But given time, we'll grow on ya. Now, where was I? Oh, welcome to Lonesome Lamentsa, where the sea's as green as the faces of me patrons after a few too many black-belly whiskeys. Now take a moment to gather your wits, and we'll get started on learning the ways of the city. And that is the end of the intro. Okay. Later on either later on this evening or tomorrow, more likely tomorrow, we will be working on. I will, of course, get my mail. I've got a bunch of stuff in the mail, but we'll work on some more main story. We do have to pick up this no matter what. I'm not gonna bother reading it, but it forces you to pick it up before you can move on with the main story. So I might as well just grab that real quick. But anyway, we will work on some more main story, and that's going to be to pretty much run around the city, gathering Aetherlights, learning about different parts of the city, 3 different parts of the city, before we move on to the outside of the city. But for now, I will talk to you guys later. I know it's a short stream, but I just want to get the intro done, so you guys get a taste of Realm Reborn. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye-bye.